Once upon a time, Africa was the cradle of civilization, the home of greatness, where kings and queens ruled vast empires and knowledge shaped the world. But somewhere along the way, that glory was dimmed. Today we ask ourselves, how can Black people reclaim their greatness and rise again? History tells us that Africa was not just the beginning of humankind, but the foundation of civilization itself. From the great pyramids of Egypt and Kush to the libraries of Timbuktu, Black people shaped mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and governance. The Mali Empire, for example, led by the legendary Mansa Musa, was once the wealthiest kingdom on earth. The Moors brought advanced knowledge to Europe, building universities and irrigation systems. But what really happened? Well, over centuries, external forces disrupted African progress, like colonization, the transatlantic slave trade, economic exploitation, where lands were stolen, resources drained, and minds manipulated to forget their true power. But even in oppression, Black excellence persisted. From the Haitian Revolution to the Harlem Renaissance, from civil rights leaders to modern-day entrepreneurs, the question now is, how do we get back to our roots of greatness? The thing is, rebuilding Black greatness starts with knowledge. We must unlearn the false narratives and rediscover our rich history. Here is how we can reclaim our power. Number one is economic empowerment. Black wealth must circulate within Black communities. We must support Black-owned businesses, invest in African economies, and embrace financial literacy, because wealth builds power. But before we do that, we must look at this in a different perspective too. As we look at supporting Black-owned businesses, Black entrepreneurs or Black business owners need to treat Black customers like they deserve. We all know that in business, it's all about how you treat your customers. Whether you're Black or you're a different race, it doesn't matter. If you're treating me well, I'm going to buy from you. So this is what Black entrepreneurs need to learn. You don't just underlook me because I'm just a Black customer, and yet there is someone. Imagine there are two people. One is a Black own business and then the other is of another race, but you get good customer care from the other side. What are you going to do? Of course, you're going to go where you get good customer care. It doesn't matter whether it's about supporting Black owned businesses. So that's an area where Black entrepreneurs need to do better, whether they are in Africa or they are in the US or in Europe. Black entrepreneurs need to treat clients or customers the way they deserve. If they learn that, then Black-owned businesses will develop. Number two is education and innovation. I'm going to say this. Africa is on the rise in technology, science and space exploration. We need to encourage STEM education, research and scholarship to prepare the next generation of leaders. As we do that, you've reminded me, or I've remembered something. When I was growing up, we were more of learning theory than practical. So the wise students were the ones who were good in history, geography, and all that stuff. What were you learning in history and geography? We were learning about what's happening in the US. We were learning about Canadian prairies in geography and all other stuff. Well, unfortunately, in these countries, they are encouraging students to go for the skills trades like construction, plumbing. Yet in Africa, they are teaching us the history of other countries. Imagine learning history and you're going to compete with someone learning technology in future. Of course, you cannot compete. So that's something that African leaders need to work on. Number two is culture renaissance. We need to reclaim African traditions, languages and heritage. Music, fashion and storytelling are so powerful tools to reshape identity. But before we do that, African leaders, this is also for you. You have made so many Africans or black people hate Africa. Why? You have looted from Africa, you have squandered from Africa, and you have left Africa in absolute poverty. It is very sad to say this, but most of Africans right now, around 300, maybe 400 something million people in Africa live in absolute poverty, and that's translated into around $2 per day. Well, I don't think they chose to live that lifestyle, but our leaders have failed us. There's no way you're going to tell someone you need to love your language, your heritage, your African traditions if you are looting from them. All you have to do is treat Africans well so that they can be patriotic when it comes to loving Africa. Treat black people well and they will love to come back home. Number 4 is global unity. The African diaspora must work together, from African Americans to Caribbeans to Africans on the continent. Unity is strength. Pan-Africanism must be more than an idea. It must be action. I know it's going to be hard. Even right now it's very hard. We are people from different cultures. The Caribbeans have a different culture. Africans on the continent have a different culture, and African Americans also have a different culture. We were separated by circumstances that we have no control of. I mean, us who live right now. It happened 400 years ago, and all of us are finding ourselves separated from each other. I know it's not that easy for us to come together and connect. It's good. It's gonna need some time and some patience with each other. Number 5 is self-sufficiency. Africa holds 60% of the world's arable land. Investing in agriculture and sustainable resources can create food independence and economic stability. I feel bad when I see World Food Program giving food to Africa. Imagine living in the Garden of Eden where you can just throw a seed of corn, a seed of beans, red kidney beans, and they grow the next day without you watering it. And then here you are starving and somebody has to bring to you some food. Africa has all the virgin land where you can plant food. But unfortunately, it's people from the West that are giving us food. Imagine having all that water bodies, and we can't even have safe water in Africa. Somebody has to come and donate from somewhere, wherever they come from, and donate to Africa. It's a shame. Honestly speaking, it's a shame. We are the architects of our future. Our ancestors laid the blueprint, and now it's time to build. If we reclaim our identity, our economy, our unity, we will rise once again, not just as individuals, but as a global force on excellence. What I have to tell black people is, black greatness never disappeared. It just needs to be reignited. The time is now. If you're ready to reclaim your legacy, please do it now. Each one teach one, each one play your part, and then black civilization, black evolution will be put back into place. We are not failures. We started the civilization, and we can lead the civilization right now as black people. Thank you.